Hello everyone, today I'm going to be doing a video of prehistoric planet T-Rex versus prehistoric planet Tarbosauras. So now let's get into this fight. So let's go to size. So when it comes down to size, it's pretty obvious who gets size. It's T-Rex from prehistoric planet, obviously. I don't really even have to explain why. So now let's get into strength and weapons. So the T-Rex would, when it comes down to strength, would either have his bigger body, will be a lot heavier, larger. We see him flipping over about a 2-ton turtle relatively easily, and taking down a Triceratops, or at least an older male T-Rex, taking down a Triceratops with little to no injuries. Well, he did, okay, little injuries, I guess. The Tarbosauras, when it comes down to strength, we didn't really see him do much in his time. He just kind of slept and rolled around a little bit, and just kind of stomped around in the sand. So, when it comes down to strength, I will say this would most likely go to prehistoric planets T-Rex. So when it comes down to weapons, the two of them, when it comes down to weapons, would have, the jaws, which T-Rex would have around a over 5-ton bite force, around 6 tons. Tarbosaurus would probably have a pretty strong bite force since a relative of the T-Rex. Probably wouldn't have a bite force as strong, but it probably would have a pretty strong bite force. Now, when it comes down to the other weapons, the T-Rex really wouldn't have had too many other weapons. It may have used its feet, but that's all just speculation. It probably wouldn't. So for weapons, I'll probably give this to prehistoric planet's T-Rex just because its jaws are more powerful and other such. So when it comes down to speed and agility, the T-Rex and prehistoric planet could swim. Now, in water, we don't really know how good Tarbosaurus could be at swimming. Most likely, it'll probably swim relatively well. Probably wouldn't be maybe as good. Maybe it could be better because it's slightly smaller. But, however, I doubt it would be as good as a swimmer, let's just say, because we didn't see it swim. So, when it comes down to this, I would say that the speed, because we don't really see either of them run or, do much agile feats. I mean, the most we saw from the Tarbosaurus is rolling over and trying to grab a velociraptor. That woke it up. So, I think, honestly, I'll probably give this to Tarbosaurus, but this is just, assuming it's more agile, because we don't really see it hunt. It's just one thing about prehistoric planet. We don't really see most of the creatures in it just kind of sit around, mate, sleep, eat, sleep. Of course, that's what most animals do in real life, so, yeah. So when it comes down to durability, I would say that the T-Rex is more durable because it withstands the Triceratops' attacks with little injury. The Tarbosaurus, we, again, didn't see it take much when it comes down to durability, so I would say that durability would go to T-Rex just because of its larger size and mass. So it most likely take more damage to bring it down than it probably would the Tarbosaurus. So when it comes down to IQ, I would say when it comes down to IQ, maybe this would go to the T-Rex because it was smart enough to, actually, what feats of intelligence does he have? Maybe, knowing that there's a splash and looking under, I don't know. But it was, if you look at realistically, T-Rex was one of the smartest dinosaurs to walk the earth. So I probably would give intelligence to it just because of that. Now, I don't know about the Tarbosaurus intelligence. If you're looking at a realistic, how smart it would be, I really don't know. at all. Um, so I would give this to the T-Rex. Now, when it comes down to experience, I would say that experience would most likely go to Hank or the T-Rex because they have to deal with other T-Rex and Triceratops and Ankylosaurs. And I do believe creatures somewhat like this did live around the tarbosauras time period. They probably wouldn't be as large as the time period of where the T-Rex would have lived in. And plus, he wouldn't have had to deal with T-Rexes. So, yeah, T-Rex would most likely get experience. So, who wins this? It's pretty obvious. The T-Rex from Prehistoric Planet slaps the Tarbosaurus. It's like almost no way. Most likely, if these two ever did cross paths, Rexy, not Rexy, but the Tarbosaurus will probably run off the opposite direction when he first sees the T-Rex. Maybe if it was like defending its babies or something, maybe it would stand its ground. But even then, it will probably, the first chance he gets, run off with its kids as fast as it can. So yeah, T-Rex wins mid-diff. I would say low, but because of the Tarbosaurus really doesn't have any feats to compare it to the T-Rexes, I really can't say if it's necessarily really a wimp in strength. So yeah, T-Rex gets this victory mid-diff, and I guess I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.